Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, guys, we are now into February and, well, we have 2 pallets of canola oil. That is a fantastic start to the episode. We've got to be running out of this at some point though. Yeah, we only have about 1,300 litres left, so it's maybe one more pallet. Let's just have a little look though. Something has just come up in the great demand. I couldn't think of the word. We are obviously out of milk once again. That's kind of what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be doing some little bits like that once again. We're going to be trying to hopefully get all of February done at the same time. We're nearly halfway through. We're at least over a third of the way to a pallet. Just going to go around here, see what we're doing for feed. Yeah, a little bit of feed on here as well. Yeah, I did get the water installed, as you saw at the end of the last episode, guys, and we did, wow, that's a lot of milk. Right, okay, wrong trailer. I need that trailer. There we go. Oh, we're not going to get all this in. We've got 200 litres of milk that we have not fitted in. Right, I've just had to jump out of the game and back in to fix my steering wheel, and away we go. Guys, I do say fix my steering wheel. What it is, I've been looking into this, and some people have been reporting problems with other games, including the new EP45 game. Now, what it is it's the Logitech steering software. And all it is doing is it's not registering a profile, and that's why you have to sometimes tab out the game or manually load the profile, so to speak. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on with it. So yeah, I'm finally getting some answers with it. I can't believe we can't take all the milk. That's crazy. We are going to get to the stage though where we will need a third tanker. As our cows breed and get older and start milking, you know, the ones we have as babies start milking, we're obviously then going to start making and producing more milk. So we are going to end up at some point probably needing a third tanker, because we would need more than one tanker for standard milk, and then obviously we'd need our third tanker for the buffalo milk, which right now we're absolutely smashing. The only thing I wish we could do is I wish we could get the fabric up and running a little bit better, to be honest. And I'm trying to decide if it's worth installing a another very small production. Now, personally, the productions kind of suck. They're very slow. But if we had 2 of them going, yeah, it'd be very slow still, but we'd have 2 of them going. So yeah, we're still producing more wool than we can deal with, to be honest. Nothing has spawned here. I expected something to spawn here, and it hasn't. Interesting. Right, let's get that into there. Let's get that into there. Right, that is the buffalo milk gone. That's the normal milk gone. Everything should now be up and running in our business. So, yep. You see, this doesn't even take a massive lot. We've nearly got a pallet of cheese. We've nearly got a pallet. Right, so it ran out before it gave us a pallet. Personally, I think we'd be better if we were only producing one, like milk or cheese. I think the supply we would give it would then be enough, but the problem is we're having to wait for one pallet. At least as we're doing milk and cheese, for example, we are getting the ability to get 2 pallets. So yeah, once our cows breed and those that have already been bred have turned into adults, I think that will be a game changer for the farm. I'm just trying to determine what else there is to do in this. Like I said, I'm looking at February 1. We're going to have to go up with the wool. I would like to try and hit £100,000 today. Now, our Ford is still out in the map somewhere, doing contracts. He's not doing one now, but he was doing one in the last episode, and I am going to look at maybe putting him onto another work. He's got to pay for himself. We kind of use the Deutz-Fahr now. The Ford's not very... The Ford's not great when it comes to power. It served a purpose. We did make the mistake. We should have bought the Deutz-Fahr first. We should have done that. If we'd have bought the Deutz-Fahr, we'd have never bought that Ford. But the Ford was cheaper at the time. We've got 4¼ pallets of wool. So they need to be run up to the sell point. So that's something we need to get done in this episode. We've got 2 pallets of canola oil, which we will just sell straight off, guys. We will just sell it straight off. I'm trying to think. We have a pallet of fabric, which we need to check the price. Yesterday though, we were approximately £3,000, £2,500 to £3,000 under best price. So you know we've got to make sure we're gonna get a better price. You know what I mean? We don't want to be losing thousands of pounds on one pallet. It's that simple. That's something we just can't do. We have to deal. We have to deal with that. So let's just go to fabric. 7,200. So it's still £2,000 under best price. That's still, unfortunately, not enough. It's a lot of money to be wasting by selling that pallet of fabric now. But the problem is, it would have been nice to get rid of it. We've had it a while now. Our pallet of fabric spawns a long time from sell point, and it's probably one of the few things that I'm happy to kind of keep and wait for the best price. But yeah, we haven't really got anything else really to do in February 1, so what we'll do is we'll go and pick up the wool, and then we'll basically just go up and sell it, and then we'll move into February 2, which is a good chance we're going to do some of this work again. But you know, at the end of the day, it's winter. We're kind of waiting for March or April for planting season for the sorghum. We are going to be putting sorghum in for our new production. I think I might have to just... Can I just put that over there? Yes. No. Oh, I see there was some fantastic mods released yesterday, guys, on the mod hub. There is another final update coming. I say final update. There is another update coming to the i4 Williams trailer pack, guys. If you notice here, I fixed this texture. Done the number plates on the smaller trailers. To anyone who's wondering, that's now been done. Yeah, had someone say that the animal trailer wasn't working, but I personally, I've not had an issue with it, so I don't really know how I can kind of help fix that problem when, yeah, only one person moans that the animal trailer doesn't work. And yeah, like I said, honestly, I don't know how to fix something only one person's having, so I'm going to presume he's maybe got a mod conflict, but you know, I don't really like to say that. I did look into it, but I personally haven't had that issue, so there we go. So we're going to go into here. We're going to go and sell 2 pallets of canola. This is going to give us about £6,000 maybe. Okay, well, let's just go first person for a little bit. I don't go first person very often. I love that though, guys. I did notice this on a previous episode, and I was going to mention it and forgot. If you go first person, it says Giant FM on the radio. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's quite, you know, it's one of them little details. You know, there's a radio and it says Giant FM. I quite like it. Like I say, it's not like, oh, you know, it's out like amazing, but I just thought it was quite a nice touch to see Giant FM written on the radio. Let's go over here. So we've got £4,334 in wool. Now, it won't be a great price in wool when we do get up to the sell point, that's for sure. And there we go. We've just made, yeah, we basically just made £6,000, including the environmental score, on the canola alone. So that is £86,000 already. We're going to go up and sell this. We'll skip into a new day. What I might do is I might skip into the new day and increase the time while we're driving back, rather than just wasting the drive back and then having to like sleep and waste kind of more video time. If we increase the time, I think that'll be the better one. I do. I think that will be a better one. I just realised that water wheel building, there's two productions in one. I'll be honest, I've never noticed that before. We need to check that out when we come back. But here we go. 4,300. I reckon there's at least 1, 2, there's 3. I reckon there's about another 6 grand. Easy. Definitely. And like I say, we've still got a pallet of cheese to spawn, a pallet of butter to spawn. We've got at least one more pallet of canola oil to spawn. It might even be 2 pallets of canola oil, because you know, if we're partway through a pallet, we had 1,300, nearly 1,400 litres. So that's going to be like another 700. No, that's only going to be another 700 litres, which isn't a pallet in itself. So yeah. We're getting there though, guys. I say we're getting there. We need more fields now. The production is kind of giving us a game changer. As much as I don't really like buying that production because it's too cheap to buy as an outlay. If it was more expensive, I'd maybe understand it a bit more. Maybe in future we pay £100,000 for it. You know, we can always just delete the money. Right, there is £7,500. Wow, I expected 6. £7,500 on that. That is just massively huge on the income. Right, we're just going to increase. I can't seem to increase the time any more than that, but I know I can get 7,000. Right, well, we'll leave it on 360, guys, until we get back. Like I said, there isn't really anything else we can do this month. They're just contracts, basically. But yeah, if we can skip the whole of February in this episode, at least if we have a slower paced episode, but we get rid of the whole month, that's... This is where 2 days doesn't work for me as a video creator. If we just had 1 day and we were playing it 10 times, but we were getting overrun, like say on harvest season, we could just then lower it down to 5. That would give us the 2 days. Yeah, I just feel like 2 days in winter is just, yeah. I was saying that there's always something to do. Might not be a lot, but there's always something to do. Yeah, my time used to skip to like 7,000 and it's not doing that now, so I think the new mod I installed is interfering with the time, but it's fine because we can increase the time through the mod. I just haven't figured it out yet. I haven't really done much with it. I was kind of playing a bit of Apex yesterday with some friends. What is this production? There's a production point here, but it doesn't work anything. Can somebody tell me what production that is? Because it doesn't work for me. And I've crashed. Oh guys, we never looked in the shop yesterday. Or in this day. No. Oh. No. Well, there's nothing in it now. Things will have dropped out by now. And it's snowing again, which is going to cause me frame drop apparently. And there's the snow. I knew it. It's the snow causing me the problem. Now, in theory, I can just load DLSS or XCSS or even FSR. I have the ability to use them all. I have an Intel graphics card for encoding and recording. Yeah, even if I unlock the frames, the snow doesn't make any difference. So it's the snow causing me the problem. That's very strange. I can soon turn snow off if I have to. I'm not going to be plagued with frame issues. But yeah, I am playing in native 4K, guys. I've got no DLSS, no nothing. It is just native maximum settings for 4K. And like I say, it should play it. But every time it snows, it just feels like it's just a little bit too much. Oh, there's no point sleeping now, is there? We've only got an hour to go. So let's have a look in the contracts. We do have a ploughing contract. We could accept that contract. Let's just put that back down to 10 for now. It's 7 o'clock. That's kind of the time we like to be on. Create job. We're going to go and plough that field. This is where it tells me it can't get there, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, there we go. We've got one pallet of canola oil. We are out of canola now as well, guys, so let's shut the production down. We have finally run out. And we are halfway through a pallet as well, so yeah. We're going to change things up a little bit. We're not going to sell this harvester because, you know, we've already bought it. I knew it was going to fail. We're going to join this field to that field. We're going to pull this across here in a kind of like a straight line. And we're going to start putting some kind of something on here. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. I knew this was going to fail. It's too far from a road. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't have that frame problem. Now it's not snowing. Crazy. Wow, this was quite a big field actually, wasn't it? Field 41 was a relatively big field. I didn't see that. But yeah, if we do this ploughing contract, this Ford it's gonna just about cover its contract. Just about. Let's just put that back over there. Let's create this job here. Can you now please go and do that contract for me? Let's put that into there. Yeah, this is kind of what this episode is going to be about. But I do think it's time to join these two fields together. So once the snow melts, we'll get the straight line. We'll just go up in a straight line there. I know we're going to lose a big chunk here, but what I'm thinking here now then, guys, is I'm thinking some kind of production, to be honest. Why is that dairy only £36,000? Carpentry. Grape. I'm just looking what there is. The tailor shop would be really good actually. If we could get a second wool spinnery, even if it's just one of them baby ones, if we could get a second one and we could start getting 2 pallets a year, that could actually give us a game changer and start turning it into material. £36,000 is going to bring us another spinnery. We can put another 4,500 litres in. We've got to remember, guys, we do need to deliver some wool to our spinnery. If you're wondering where I'm going first, I'm going to go to the dairy first. I'm going to put this onto the bottom. But yeah, we do need to be delivering some wool to our spinnery. But if we can get a second one, we can maybe look at bringing in a tailor shop. And if we bring in a tailor shop, that could be, I think that could be a massive game changer. I think clothing sells for nearly double the price of fabric again. So yeah, I'm very tempted with this. But this is going to be another winter month. I know I do get some people comment, and not necessarily comment on YouTube, but they, you know, they talk to me, you know, privately on Discord and stuff, and they're like, you know, they're not the biggest fan of these kind of episodes. But do you know what? When harvest season comes and I'm so freaking busy, it makes me so glad that I have the episodes where it's just natural time like this. Like, in theory, if it wasn't for putting the intro on the front and the subscribe to Matt's Farming at the 15-minute mark, I technically could just upload this straight to YouTube, but... Ooh, we've got 3 pallets. I didn't expect 3 pallets. I only expected 2. Yeah, let's do this. Now, I know people are going to start... I have also had the comment as well of, oh, but you're not doing any front-loading work at the moment, guys. So you're right, I'm not. But that's just because I've got so much stuff coming out. I really need to get my hand on a skid steer, to be honest. A skid steer will be a game changer for me. Just because I'm not the quickest with the front loader, and our front loader is not as quick as our... Well, it's just not as quick as our Deutz-Fahr, really, is it? So... Right, he is arriving there. I was just wanting to check he was on his way, and I hadn't missed an error message saying he'd got stuck. Right, so there is 1,000 litres of butter, 1,000 litres of canola oil, 1,000 litres of cheese, and 1,000 litres of bottled milk. So yeah, brilliant. There is something else come up in the shop. Ooh, oh guys, I can't afford any of this stuff. That's nice though. That would be very handy for our farm. We could move more quicker. We can put more in. We don't have a field that can fill that, but when it does come to doing the carrots, we'd be able to get nearly 3 harvester loads into one trailer. That's a bargain. Right, I'm gonna just be quiet for a minute because I'm gonna have a little think in my head. How much is our trailer worth? Our trailer's... Trying to think. Is it worth getting that trailer? It would take a big chunk of money. We could sell the little blue one. We'd have a bigger trailer. We can only sell 1.5 harvesters at the moment at a time in our blue trailer. I'm thinking of the root crop. The thing is, we're not going to be doing root crop this year. This will be the one year we probably, well, we won't be doing it. We need to get our new production up and running, I think. I do think we should maybe be looking at possibly a second spinnery. And then a tailor shop, to be honest. If we get a tailor shop, we already have fabric to put in it. So there is that, guys. We could go straight in with fabric. The tailor shop gets up and running instantly. I am going to have to pile this on here, and that's not going to be very, very good for us. But yeah, if we spend 60 grand right now, we could get the spinnery and the tailor shop up and running. And all this wool here, instead of it giving us cash, can go into the new spinnery. It takes about 4,500 litres, and there's only 4,300 litres here. I will have to adjust the spinnery. Actually, I won't even need to adjust the spinnery, will I? The spinnery will be able to just go to the tailor shop. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to expand the farm, but we're not going to do it field-wise. I think the spinnery makes sense, even though it's not very quick. Well, let me just do a bit of research first. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just do a bit of research first. If I was to sell our spinnery, we'd get £16,500. How much is the big spinnery? It's going to be more than I can afford. I know it is. Grape. I'm trying to decide if it's £180,000. If we could get that, we could put that here. I could leave enough for me track. We could put it this way so that it spawns there, the pallets. That would give us more room. That's why I wanted, yeah. Okay, right. No, we'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to buy the big spinnery. We're going to buy the big spinnery, but obviously we need the money. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sell as much as we can. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. We'll have another £9,000 coming from the fabric we already have. I have just made a mistake though. No, I haven't. We're going to keep the baby spinnery as well. We're going to keep the baby spinnery. Right, are we ready? Are we ready? There we go. £10,000. We've got the contract coming in that will be cashing is right. We can, yeah, right, we can wait. We've got 3,900 litres in our spinnery, so if we run back up with this wool, this is going to give us like another £6,000 to £7,000. Definitely, yeah. I want the tailor shop though. But what do we do about the tailor shop if we buy the big spinnery? Do we have the little... This is where it's annoying. The big spinnery will make fabric quicker, but then we would need the big fabric shop. If we buy a second little one, we can buy it now. It's 36 grand. We can buy the tailor shop. Guys, what do we do? What do we do? I'm really torn. I want the big spinnery, but I don't actually think it's going to benefit us. We already have the little one. A second little one would mean 36 and 36, which is £72,000. We could have 3 little spinneries and still be at like £100,000. Just rough working out. We could spend 100 grand and have in total 3 little spinneries and then a tailor shop. Oh, I'm really torn here. I'm really torn here at what to do. This is where your guys' input will come in, guys. I desperately do need some assistance with this one. What do we do? What do we do with the spinnery problem? I was listening to sea shanties this morning. I literally, you know, oh, what's that band called? I was literally listening to them this morning. They made songs and they gave people permission to play them while they were streaming, like Sea of Thieves, and I can't remember what they were called. Oh my god, I can't remember. I've listened to them for years and the name's just gone out of my brain. Sounds about right for me, to be honest. And that is gonna be another £8,000. £8,000. We have hit £111,009. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to do that, but what we can do now is I always start recording about 9 o'clock. Videos go live about 8 o'clock on the morning. It gives like an hour for people to like watch. I know that's not going to be much time for people to comment, you know, give me some suggestions, but you know, I can't leave it too much longer in case like I have an internet issue and I've got to use the slow backup internet we have for uploading the video. So that's kind of why I do it the way we do it. I'm very tempted about the 3 spinneries. It would give us 3 pallets of fabric a year. I suppose the question is, we could do some quick math at the farm. And what we can do is we can look into the speed of the small one and the speed of the big one. And how many little ones does it take to equal the speed of the big one? That's what we can do now. We can average on one spinnery at the moment, one baby spinnery. We can average 1 pallet of fabric every year. So we would be looking at 3 pallets of fabric every year if we had 3 little ones. 3 little ones is less than £100,000. The big spinnery is £180,000. So you can kind of see where I'm going with the math. Don't forget, guys, I need to know what that building's all about. It might be a warehouse, but it just... yeah, it doesn't let me do anything. But does it not let me do anything because it's got nothing in it? That's the thing. Yeah, I'm very torn. Like I've got options here to really get some money going, but I kind of want to get a field. But I don't mind spending 60 grand or 72 grand on 2 small spinneries. We'll have the wool in the next episode to put in it. Or we buy the big spinnery. But then the problem is, you know, we would lose... well, I could always move the woolen fabric over from this one. That'd be 16,000, I suppose. £37,000 for that trailer. How much is our trailer worth? 5 grand. So it's not worth anything. Yeah. Right. Let's just do some math. And we'll do some estimated maths. Dairy, preserved food, bakery, spinnery. Ah, it doesn't tell me how many... oh, that's not very good. So on this one, it's 3 wool to 1 fabric. It does 144... it does 144 litres of fabric every month. That's it. So I think we'd have to go into a test world, put the spinnery down and test it. I think that would be the only way we can do this. But yeah, let me know your inputs, your thoughts on what you think should be, and yeah, because I'm really... oh, that's our sheep. Oh, guys, productivity. Right, cows need feeding. Productivity has fallen to absolute nothing. Well, 40%. I didn't realise that. Let's spawn one of them. I'll tell you what. We're going to spawn a big chunk of these bales. Where is my massive Ferguson? So this is all I'm going to do then for the rest of this. I'm just going to feed the cows. I have been a very, very bad farmer there, guys, and I have not been paying attention to the cow feed. I wouldn't mind, but we could have done this earlier. Right, let's get 4 in, and I can at least feed them off recording then, because we are kind of at that time now. Come on, because I'm stuck on that wall. There we go. Right, so that's about 20,000 litres into there. I'm going to try and feed as much as I can. It might not leave us with much silage left, but I think this is the better way to do it, to be honest. Let's get these into there. So that's now the cows fed. Their productivity will shoot back up to 100%. Yeah, I really messed up with that one, guys. I don't know when they ran out. That's the problem. But considering they've eaten thousands of litres of meadow grass as well, I think they might have run out in the first part of February, and our neglectedness has kind of just screwed us a little bit. It now means we won't have as much milk going into the dairy next month. And that really is going to affect the outcome of the series. Just temporarily, but it will. I didn't even spawn all my silage bales that I asked it to. Must have been full. There we go. There is an... How much is that in there now? 52,000 litres. We might as well just put the rest in. We're here. We're doing it. We're doing it. It might make it a bit longer episode, but we're actually gonna... We're gonna actually do some farm rather than just production work. That's the easiest way to do that. Drop them off at the front, drive back in a straight line, and then just absolutely watch them disappear. There's going to be another 7,000 litres. No, it's not. It's going to be like 14,000. If this gets full though, guys, we will just leave them here. I'm not putting them back into the production now, into the storage. Wow, that's still... I expected that to get full. How many litres does this cow barn take? There we go, that is pretty much all our silage in here. We have got 89,000 litres of silage. Oh, no, we haven't. Yeah, 89,850 litres of silage. Wow. That should see us out till next year. Like I say, we only cut the grass once a year. I do kind of want to just dump that silage there, though, now. Ah. Right. That's why. That's why. I think these are different size capacity. No, it can't be. 7,000, so this... No. I don't understand why that didn't spawn them all then. It must have just been out of storage. You know, out of room to spawn it. There we go. We finally hit maximum... maximum. Right, we'll leave them there. We will unwrap them just so it looks a bit better. Yeah, I will put these ones back in here then, guys. I wasn't going to, but I will just... Right. We've just spread the cows an absolute bomb load. There we go. Get that into there. Let's get that up there like that. It's about to snow again, guys. Do you know how I know it's going to snow? My frames have gone again. Telling you now, in the next minute, this is going to snow. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. It has been very, very productive-wise, production-wise, and productive. We have now finally hit over over £110,000 at the moment. We are paying wages. Our contract has finished as well on the Ford, so we will go rescue this, probably bring this back to the farm now. It has done quite well over the winter months to pay for some contracts or complete some contracts to pay for itself. But yeah, we do need to be in the next month, in the next episode, and in March we still can't plant the sorghum in March. Okay, so yeah, we need to be looking into this. But as I say, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.